Let's go back to the phone line, and we'll talk to Randy. He's listening in California. Hi, Randy.
Hi, Hank. I had a question about in the Old Testament with Jacob and Esau. And I know that Esau kind of gave up his birthright for pot of stew or whatever. But when it came to Abraham giving the blessing to, Esau, and Jacob took it, why was that honored? Why was that honored by God to receive the blessing that was not rightfully his, because it should have went to Esau?
Well, it wasn't. What's interesting about that, it was honored in terms of the fact that this was God's plan. This was ultimately the way in which Jesus Christ would come into the world. It would be through the lineage of Jacob. But it does not in any way absolve Jacob from doing wrong. In fact, the Bible is very clear about the fact that Jacob was known as a deceiver for this and for other ways in which he manipulated situations. But this is...
All right. I want to give all honor, all glory, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And peace and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. And peace and salutation to all the brothers and sisters that be scattered to the four corners of the earth, that behave and look like the other nations. Today, Shalom. This is the brother Debaria. And as you can see on the title here, the cross and the sword marched together. Okay? And the hypocrisy of Esau. Okay? Now I got here on the screen in the short video clip that you heard, which is only 4 minutes and 51 seconds long, and I'm a minute 34 seconds in, and this is from some random channel that showed up on my algorithm on YouTube, and I guess it's some so-called Edomite scholar or whatever taking in questions from other Edomites or so-called Christians, okay, concerning the scriptures, concerning, the Bible. And the question here is, why did the Most High, which you people ignorantly call God, which his true name is Yahweh, all right, Bahasham, coming in the name of Yahweh Shai, his son, Bahasham Rakakwadash, coming in the name of the Holy Spirit, okay? It says, why did God honor Jacob's deceitful stealing of Esau's blessing from Isaac? And I'm going to kind of dissect this minute and 34 seconds because the caller, first of all, answered his own question with his question. And the respondent, okay, the guy, responding, the so-called teacher here, okay, not only answers the question as well, but he what is that word? How do you say controversy in a personal, in a self way? He's contradictive in his answer. Okay. And I'm going to start off with the scriptures to be able to break this down. So bear with me a little bit while I go into this minute and 34 seconds of dissecting the hypocrisy of the so-called white man, so-called Caucasian man, Esau, Edom. Now, first of all, the picture is hypocritical because they show Jacob to be a so-called white man with curly brown hair, a so-called Jew, okay, an Amalekite, which is a son of Esau, okay, and then they show Esau to be a hairy, guy with red hair. Okay? So let me ask you this. Are all Irish people the Edomites? Because so-called Irish people have red hair. You see? See, this is the controversy and the hypocrisy of the so-called self-proclaimed white man of Esau, Edom, which both of these are Edomites. Okay? All right, but hey, let's get to the real point of this. The question is, why did God honor Jacob's deceitful stealing of Esau's blessing from Isaac? One, all right, Jacob didn't steal the blessing from Esau. Okay? Esau despised his blessing. Okay? And sold it to Jacob. He sold not only his blessing, but his birthright. He didn't do it once. He did it twice. Okay? Jacob didn't steal nothing. Okay? It was sold to him. Jacob did not deceive anyone. It was prophecy, promise, okay? And the purpose of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for Jacob to receive the blessing, which that's why I'm saying the answer, the respondent, he's contradicting himself. You see? So let's start off with Salaki, 1 second. All right. I'm going to start off with this Hebrews 12 and 16 right off the bat to prove that Jacob did not deceive and steal the birthright from Esau. Okay. Plus, his name does not mean deceiver. Okay. It means supplanter. Okay. All right. Similar, but there's a difference. Okay. Now, Hebrews 12 and 16 says, lest there be any fornicator. So unless there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. You see that? Sold his birthright. You see? Jacob didn't steal anything. All right? Verse 17 elaborates even more. It says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. You see, and why was he rejected? Because he despised his blessing. He treated it as nothing. It was little to him. And so he sold it to Jacob. Okay? And that's the controversy and the hypocrisy of Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. Because they want that blessing back. You can hear it in the voice of the caller, and you can hear it in the voice of the respondent or the responder. Okay? This is a tough question for them. You can hear... we're going to hear it again. I'm going to play it back. You're going to hear the guy sighing. This is a tough question for Esau, the self-proclaimed white man. Okay? Because this is the question of questions for him, man. All right? And without further ado, I'm going to get to the history and the literal account of what happened. Let's go to Genesis chapter 25. Salakia. And let's go with 23. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto her, all right, Rebecca, all right, it says, Salakia, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. That's a prophecy right there. That's a prophecy right there. That the elder shall serve the younger. Okay? Let's go into the word serve real quick.
Strong's H5647. Avad.
More like abad. But anyway, it says to work, serve, to labor, work, do work, to work for another, serve another by labor, to serve as subjects, to serve, to be worked, to be tilled, to make oneself a servant, to be worked, to compel to labor or work, cause to labor, cause to serve, to cause to serve as subjects, to be led or enticed to serve. You see that? Definition E, to be led or enticed to serve. It says to serve, enslave, etc., be kept in bondage, be bondman, bond service, compel, do, dress. Okay? So, the older brother shall be what? A slave, a servant, a bondsman shall serve the younger. And when her days, verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. So Isaac, the son of Abraham, had twin boys with Rebekah. One's name was Esau, the older brother, the first, and the second was Jacob, the younger brother, the second. And the first came out, right here is the proof, verse 25. And the first came out red all over like in hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. It doesn't say that he was hairy all over. He might have been, but it don't say that. It says that he came out red all over like in hairy garment, because in those days they dyed the garments red. Okay? What garments? Garments made out of goat and sheep's wool, man. Okay? And they called his name Esau. Let's go into the name Esau. Okay?
Strong's H6215. Esau.
I believe it's Ishashua. All right? In the Hebrew. Okay, it says hairy, which really is because he was red. Look at this. To do work, make, produce, to do, to work, to deal. Anyway, that's the root word. It says, definition A, eldest son of Isaac. So the first, the older one, that's going to serve the younger. Yeah, that guy. It says, and twin brother of Jacob, sold the birthright for food when he was hungry, and the divine blessing went to Jacob, progenitor of the Arab peoples. No. Progenitor of the Israelites. Okay? Oh, no. I believe it's saying that Esau was the progenitor of the Arab people, which that's wrong too. Okay? He's the progenitor of the Edomites. Okay? All right? Let's see what we got here. Okay, that's it. So it says, verse 26, now notice that the definition for Esau is that he sold his birthright to Jacob. There was no stealing. No stealing. See, this is the hypocrisy of Esau, man. This is how they lie and they spread out their wickedness, man, through deception. Okay, and the simple believe it, man. The scripture said what the simple believeth everything, you know. It says, and after that came his brother out, the second one, the younger one, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. Another prophecy, another symbolic moment, showing how the so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, so-called Latinos, so-called Native American Seminole Indians, so-called indigenous peoples of the Americas, of the Western world, and those that have been scattered to the four corners of the earth that look like and behave like the other nations today, all right? The seed line of Jacob, showing how what? That this people is going to be the bringing down of Esau, the pulling down of him. That's why the scripture says in 2nd Esdras that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And who is in control of the world today, if not the self-proclaimed white man? Okay? Esau, Edom. All right? It says, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Bear with me. I don't know. Salakia, man. That shit always happens. Even if you give them warning, like, you know, I'm about to do some work. You know what I'm saying? Leave me alone. Anyway, man. It says, where was I, man? That shit just fucking blew me. Genesis 25 and 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Okay? Right. There's no, man, this is the wickedness of this devil, man. Oh, and he stole the birthright. When does it say that he stole it, man? You see? Okay? Now let's go down to verse 29. Well, let me keep reading, man, because verse 27 says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Verse 29 says, and Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. Let's see what the word faint means. Faint, exhausted, weary, thirsty, languid, faint, thirsty, weary. Okay? He was tired, man. He was tired and hungry, right? Okay? It says, verse 30, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. You see? Let's go to the word Edom. Right? The father of the Edomites, not the Arabs. Red. Edom. Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau, land of Edom, Idumea, land south and southeast of Palestine. Okay? Edom, the elder twin brother of Jacob. Hence the region Idumea occupied by him. Edom, Edomites, Idumea. Right, that's where I was at. I was going to go into the name Jacob real quick.
Strong's H 3290.
Yaakov. All right. It says healer, heel holder, or supplanter, son of Isaac, grandson of Abraham, and father of the 12 patriarchs of the tribes of Israel. See, the blue letter going off right there saying that Esau is the father of the Arabs. How can he be father of the Arabs if he's the father of the Edomites at the same time? That's Esau playing, man, playing games, you know? But anyway, it says, taking hold of the heel, supplanter, layer of snares. Jacob, the younger of the twin sons of Isaac, also called Israel, the ancestor of the nation of Israel. You see? Now, it says right here, the part of his definition is supplanter or layer of snares. Now, we're going to see how he supplanted him, how he set him up. He didn't steal it, though. You see? All right? It says, come on. It says, verse 31, it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. Now, Esau could have said no. He didn't have to say yeah. Jacob didn't put a sword to his neck. All right? He didn't lay a pit for Esau to fall in and tell him, hey, I'll let you out if you give me your birthright. No, he said, look, man, if you really want some of this, sell me your birthright then. Let's see what you're going to do. He could have just said no. But what did he say? He said, and Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. Right? Showing you what? Matter of fact, let me get it real quick, man. I believe it's in Habakkuk. This is Habakkuk 1:6. It says, for lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. Let's look up the word hasty.
Strong's H, 4116.
Mahar. All right. It says, to hasten, to be hurried, be anxious, hasty, precipitate, impetuous, to hasten, to make haste, hasten, used as an adverb with another verb, to hasten, prepare quickly, do quickly, bring quickly. It says, to hurry. You see? Speed, speedily, straightway, suddenly, swift. Why am I bringing this up? Because it's showing you the impatience of the so-called Caucasian man, the self-proclaimed white man of Esau, Edom. And you can see that in his kingdom today. That's why there's so many fast food restaurants. That's why the microwave exists. You got 5-minute meals all over the grocery stores. In every aisle, you can find every kind of meal you can think of possibly that you can make within 5 to 15 minutes. Box prepared foods, man. That's why he likes to eat his meat so red and rare, man. Not only because he loves the blood of the taste of blood in meat, all right, but because what, he has no damn patience to wait for it to cook, which was the perfect example given here. I'll read it again. It says, verse 32, it says, and Esau said, behold, I am at this point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? Now, did the definition of faint mean to die? Dying? No. He was just tired and hungry, man. But this man, this devil is too damn hasty, too damn impatient. All right? Too damn wicked to wait, man. And he said what? He said, what is this birthright to me right now? I'm hungry now. What the hell do I care about a birthright, man? I'm hungry now. Sounds like those bitter, grumpy, so-called white people, man. All right? And everybody in their damn mama know that that's the truth, man. All right? These pale-faced people, man, they are always bitter, and they're always in the damn rush. Go to the damn grocery store where there's a lot of Edomites around and hold up the line for 1 minute. Just 1 minute. And dude, you're going to have them talking all kinds of shit. All kinds of BS. Because why? Because they don't like to wait. And since they don't like to wait, they get the kingdom. They get to go first in the kingdom. 2nd Ezra 69, man. I believe. Let's get it. 2nd Ezra 6 and 7 says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? The I was Esdras, talking to the angel, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, the angel, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. You see? This is why they took the Apocrypha out of the Bible. It says, For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Since this man is so impatient, you rule first. Let the heathen go first. We got next. The scripture says, better an end of a thing than the beginning of it. You see? All right? It says, verse 10, The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other questions Esdras asked thou not. You see? So, because this is a bitter and hasty man, he said, what profit does this birthright do to me? I'm hungry now. And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. Now, wouldn't you think if somebody's telling you, man, swear, man, make a deal with me, make a covenant, swear to me that this is what you're going to do and give me your birthright. Wouldn't you think he's a little serious about this? But what did Esau say? It says, And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau, this is the dagger right here. This is the dagger. It says, let me unhighlight this. Check it out, though. And let me do this. Uh-oh. What happened here? And went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. That's the point right there. That's the dagger. And went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Ain't nobody stole it from him. He despised it. He rejected it. He what? He thought little of it. Let's go to the word despised.
Strong's H 959. Bazaar.
That sounds about
Bazaar.
right. Almost. It says, I'm not sure how to fully pronounce it, but I'm not going to go into all that right now. Let's get to the point. It says, to despise, to hold in contempt, to disdain, to despise, regard with contempt, to be despised, to be despicable, to be vile, worthless. He saw the birthright as worthless to him. And so he sold it for some uncooked stew, halfway cooked stew. Because what? He's impatient, he's bitter, and he's the devil. That's why. And he was promised and destined and prophesied to be the lesser. Even though he was the older brother, he was going to serve the younger, which is Jacob, Israel, the father of the Israelites. The promised seed, the seed of promise. It says despise, contemptible, contemned, disdained, vile person, scorn. Where's the to think, to scorn, vile person? Okay, where's the one that says the It says to despise, to contemn, to trample with the feet. You see that? To make, he who makes light of. He made light of this, which means what, he made it little. It was weightless. Neglects his course of living, and he despised to lay hand. He didn't want it. It was garbage to him. But now that they know what they have done, they try to lie and what's that word? Slither his way back in to the birthright, like the snake that he is. Let's get back to the video real quick. Real quick. Let's hear that all again and see how they're both lying to each other. Oh man, just like this picture right here, 2 Edomites, man. 2 Edomites. You know? Lying to each other. Hey, look at that. I accidentally fast forwarded and it landed on 1:44 seconds. 1 minute 44 seconds in, man. Because this devil is being revealed, exposed, and taken down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashum Yahweh Shai. Let's play it again. And let me break it down a little bit. And then we're going to get to some more meat of things. Yahweh Ratazah. So bear with me.
Let's go back to the phone line, and we'll talk to Randy. He's listening in California. Hi, Randy.
Hi, Hank. I had a question about in the Old Testament with Jacob and Esau. And I know that Esau kind of gave up his birthright for pot of stew or whatever. But
okay. There you go. He just answered his question, man. You just answered your own question, bruh. He gave up his birthright, okay, for a pot of uncooked, halfway cooked stew. For some bloody meat, man. All right? Jacob didn't steal shit. He made us set him up. Let's see the definition for the word supplant. Which I'm pretty sure they're going to probably throw some kind of deception in there, you know? Oh, man. Hey, man, this is beautiful, man. It don't get any better than this. So I typed in supplanter definition. Well, I first typed in supplant, so we'll see that in a moment. But then I typed in supplanter definition. It's a transitive verb. One, it says to supersede another, especially by force or treachery. Now, I don't necessarily have to be by force or treachery. Okay? But it says especially by force or treachery. But it just means to supersede another. Let's break that down even further. It says www.dictionary.com, which I know it can be seen here. It says supplanter, definition of supplanter at dictionary.com. It says someone or something taking the place of another. It don't say that he's a deceiver, that he deceived them. None of that. None of that. It says as through force, scheming, strategy. Maybe he was strategic with it. All right? Hey, you want this raw meat? You want some of my pottage, my stew? Hey, give me your birthright then. So sell it to me. Oh, it's nothing to you? You don't care? Okay, well then swear to me then that you gonna give it to me for real. You still saying yeah? Cool, here, you can take this then. Take it. Your birthright is mine. He didn't deceive him. He didn't steal it. He strategically supplanted him. He superseded him. He took his place. You see? It says, as through force, scheming, strategy, or the like. You see? Another definition is supplant definition, to take the place of another. Oh, that's the same definition. All right. Now let's go to supplant. Definition, supplant, supersede and replace. You see? You see that? Simple. Simple and to the point, man. You see? So, off the bat, okay, Jacob did not steal the blessing from Esau. Okay? He strategically took his place because Esau, Edom, all right, he despised his birthright. He rejected it. I should have went into that word reject. Let's go to the word reject real quick in the blue letter. Let's do that. Let's do that. Hebrews 12 and 17. Oh no, it says he was rejected. Right, it says that he sold his birthright. Let's go to the word sold then. Sold to Jacob, Israel, the father of the Israelites. Bought from the idiot Esau, Edom, the impatient devil. That's what it's saying. It says to deliver, to give away for one's own profit what is one's own, to sell, to pay off, discharge what is due, a debt, wages, tribute, taxes, produce, due, things promised under oath. And didn't he swear that he was going to sell his birthright to him for that morsel of uncooked meat? He stole it. Yeah, right. He sold it. He bought it from Esau, Edom. You see? All right? Because why? Because he was being strategic. He was being a supplanter. That's what his name is. We'll get to that. Okay, we'll get to that. Then I might have to title this different because this just took a whole different course from what I had planned. So I might do the cross and the sword march together. Well, it says the hypocrisy of Esau anyway. So we'll see what the title is. But anyway, it's all coming out. All right, let's hear a little bit more of this.
About in the Old Testament with Jacob and Esau, and I know that Esau kind of gave up his birthright for pot of stew or whatever.
So he sold it.
But when it came to
he despised it.
Abraham giving the blessing to Esau, and Jacob took it. Why was that honored? Why was that honored by God?
It was honored by the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because that was his very same purpose. The elder shall serve the younger. That's why Esau had that spirit on him to do so. That's why the spirit allowed Jacob to be able to strategically take his place, to supersede him. That's why Esau despised the birthright, because it was already prophesied. It was already purposed by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It was already the will of God.
To receive the blessing that was not...
The responder's going to answer that, but then he's going to contradict himself because he's a devil. That's why. Because he's an Edomite himself. And they don't want to admit what they have done. They want to try to slither their serpent selves back into the birthright. You see, but the elect have been awakened, called, and now being chosen, man. Sealed. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, which I hope to be of that number. To what? To bring this devil down and to establish, to usher in the coming of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, all right? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, to establish the kingdom of heaven upon the earth forever and ever, where the Israelites are going to rule above all the nations, and especially Esau, Edom, when eventually he's going to get cut off after 1,000 years. Why? Because this man is wicked, man, and he was created for that. The wrath of a vessel of fitted for destruction, man. Let's hear it out.
Rightfully his, because it should have went to Esau.
Well, it wasn't. What's interesting about that, it was honored in terms of the fact that this was God's plan.
See, he said, well, it wasn't. But it was honored. So was it honored or was it not honored? Oh, it was honored by the Lord, but not by you. So you want to try to be a damn master of conjecture about the topic. Because that's what Esau Edom is, man. That's what the self-proclaimed white man is, man. The master of conjecture. You can go watch Vocab Malone's videos if you want to know what conjecture is, man. Hopscotching. Jumping around. Ants in his pants. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
This was ultimately the way in which Jesus Christ would come into the world.
Which his name is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right, that's a false name and a false image that Esau Edom, all right, has set up. Why? Because he's in rulership of the world today. He goes first. The elder shall serve the younger. The hand of Esau is at the hand of Jacob is at the heel of Esau. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You see? So how you gonna say that this is the purpose of the Lord, but then say that it wasn't honored? That Jacob did wrong and he should have been peaced. If he did wrong, then why did he get put to death? Why did he get slaughtered? Why did the Lord Yahweh protect him from there on out? And don't tell me that, oh, because he had the blessing. That's why he had the blessing. That's why the blessing followed through. Because the Lord Yahweh honored it. It was his purpose, his will. You devils, man. You Edomites, man. You are the worst on the planet. And that's why the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to utterly cut off all of the house of Esau, man.
It would be through the lineage of Jacob. But it does not in any way absolve Jacob from doing wrong.
Says who? Says who? Who said he did wrong? Esau himself? When he was crying and was rejected, which we're going to get right now. The Lord didn't say that. Isaac didn't say that. Nobody else said that but Esau, the dummy who sold his birthright, man. The devil who did wickedly. In the definition of despise, it said vile person, man. It mentions vile and profane. Esau is profane, man, outside of the temple, Joe. That's why he even stutters, man. That's why he trying to answer that with conjecture.
Jacob. But it does not in any way.
It does not in any way. Shut up. Shut your lying self up. Anyway, man, let's get the last point here, and then I can move on. I'll do a part 2 to this, as a matter of fact. That's what I'll do. I'll do a part 2 and break the title into 2. You know? Oh, man, does not in no way absolve Jacob from doing wrong. Yeah, right. Says who? Esau? Psh, who cares about Esau, man? Only Esau is worried about Esau. And that's why, man, 2/3 of our people, man, gonna get destroyed alongside with them because you so damn concerned about saving this devil. This devil ain't never gonna change. They hell with the so-called Caucasian man. The self-proclaimed white man. They hell with Esau Edom, man. But you 2/3, man, you knucklehead ass Israelites, man, you hard-headed ass people, man. You still want to give this devil a chance. You falling for the lies and the deception of the devil, man. Let's get to it. That's not it. Let's do it like this. This is Genesis 27 and Genesis 27 and 34. Now this is after Isaac blessed Jacob, when Jacob dressed himself, disguised himself strategically, all right, as Esau, to what? To take his place. That's what his name is, supplanter, to supersede, to take another's place. Why? Because Esau sold his birthright, and he also he despised his birthright and he sold his blessing, okay, unto him. And then he wanted to just act like it never happened and go ahead and get his blessing. Jacob, in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, through his mother, Rebecca, was not going to let that happen. Because Esau was the real deceiver here. You had already gave it up, bro. You can't try to just act like you didn't sell your birthright. But that's what he tried to do, and that's what he's trying to do still today. Genesis 27 and 34 says, "And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and hath taken away thy blessing." Why? Because Esau was trying to act like he didn't sell it to him. That's why. So he had to be strategic about it. He had to be a supplanter. Verse 36 says, "And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. You see? Not once, but twice did Esau try to play Jacob for a fool. But Jacob, hey, mama didn't raise no fool, man. You see? It says, he took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. No, he didn't take it away. You despised it, bro. You despised it, Esau. That's what you did. And now you tried to play it off then and still today as if you didn't do that. You were first to rule, man. You got the greatest kingdom upon the earth so far. Supposedly, the great daughter of Babylon, man. The golden cup in the Lord's hand, man, America. But what? You screwed it up. You messed it up. You're messing the world up. And that's why the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to take you out with that very same one that took your place before. With the seed of Jacob, man, of Israel. Through the elect, the 144,000 men, the prophets that you so much fear. The prophets of doom. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. And we dare you to make a move. Because the angels going to come crack the skies and take you out for us. Because that's how it's going to happen. The elect ain't going to have to lift a finger, man. The Lord is going to take vengeance for us. You see? It says, and he said, Hast thou not reserved the blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said, unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. That's the prophecy right there that was given to Rebekah about the two in her womb, and the older shall serve the younger. And with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, O my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, but he was still rejected. Why? Because he rejected the blessing. He rejected the birthright. That's why. All right? And it says, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect for the part 2. Perfect, man. All right? It says, verse 39 says, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling place shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Which we're going to get into that history in the part 2, man. That's the cross and the sword march together deal. You see? All right? It says, verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. This is how wicked this man is, man. Listen to what he just said. He said, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. He used the death of his father as a damn checkpoint, man. If I'm to premeditate the death of my father, man, I want to do it in some kind of righteous way, man. Like, man, George, my father, I feel like my father about to go soon. You know what I'm saying? I pray the Lord bless him and keep his soul, that he don't take that mark, that I get to see him on the other side in his full glory. You know? That it happens in a good way, that he's nice and rested in his sleep when he goes. No, this man talking about some, shoot, my dad about to die soon, and when he does, I'm going to kill Jacob. He used it as a checkpoint, man. That's how wicked this man is. Hey, so with that, I hope this was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word and truth and sincerity with charity. Shalom.